time to populate, give people time. I want to welcome everybody. Come on in. I know some of y'all still sleep. Like, why you up? Why you up at 8 a.m. on Kuumba morning? Well, we got training today. I need to be up there. Got to distribute some of these Kwanzaa flyers. I got stuff to do. We got to do the do. I ain't come out right. Got to do what we do, when we do, what we do, how we do. All right, hold on. Let me give y'all time. I need to pick my hair. Woo! Thank God for this hair. Man, stands up by itself and everything. Well, my fault, I need a little help. Need to remind it to stand at attention. Get attention. Get attention. All right, family. We're about to get started. We'll do our toast. Lines are open once again, so I need to go and let everybody know lines are open. Let me go to chat here. Put it on there. Call in lines open 614-556-4535. All right. What else? We are going to go over here. Open up the chat. We're going to send that out. I'm going to go here. Let me click here. Boom. No. We already posted it up there, so let's post it here. It's catching up. There we go. Call in lines open. All right, cool. All right, let me get my beard a little big. Give y'all some time. All right, so we up on Facebook, we on Periscope, we up on Stream.me, YouTube, and Facebook. Family, what's going on? It's time for us to kick it. Time for us to get the congregation of the mighty together, get to building, get to having good conversation. You know how we do. Hold on, I got one more place where I need to post up what's going on. Let's see. All right, we live here. It's gone. Let's see if they let me post it up without messing us up. All right, come on. Look at that. Look at that. Yep, there we go. 61 call in lines open 614-556-4535. There we go. All right, so we up. We got everything up. We got shouts out to whoever out there. Welcome to the Congregation of Mighty. I need to remind you that you are now listening to Giami Journey Media. Oh yeah, this is a Heart of a Simple production, and of course, you know, this is the Daily Toast, and it's a Heart of a Simple production. We strive to blow up your old paradigm. Come on, drink your water, but first, take Take your breath and drink some water. Take your breath and drink some water. Take your breath and drink some water. Take your breath. Drink, 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 drink. Or should I say, breathe, breathe, then drink. Pop the cap and get some water. Lift your glass and pour some water. Just pour the water. Get your water, get your water, get your water. Drink, 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 drink. Or should we say, live, pour, then. Now move your body and drink some water. Move your body and drink some water. Move your body and drink some water. Just move your body. Drink, 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 drink. Or should we say, move, move, then drink. Now raise your glass and toast your ancestors. Now raise your glass and toast your ancestors. Now raise your glass and toast your ancestors. Now raise your glass. Drink, 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 drink. Or should we say, raise, toast, then drink. Take your breath and drink some water. Lift your glass and pour some water. Move your body, drink some water. Raise your glass and toast your ancestors. Breathe, live, move, toast. Breathe, live, move, toast. Take your breath. Come on, breathe with me. Lift and pour. Move your body. Toast your ancestors. Drink, 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 drink. Lift your glass. 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 Drink, 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 drink. Drink, 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 drink. Shouts out to Segment, Maya. Thanks for sharing. Looks like we got the family gathering. Grab your glasses. It's time to make the toast. Time to make the toast. Drink your water. Drink, 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 drink. Lift your glass. Lift your glass. Lift your glass. All right, family. Let's see what's going on. See what's going on. Shots out once again. The segment. Grand rising to you as well. Great Kuumba to each and every last one of you. It's 2 days since Black Family Day. And today for many other people is a holiday as well. It's the Michigan versus the Ohio State game today. So I don't know how many people are going to show up for Warrior training because for some people that is a religious holiday. Football, family, football has overtaken the black movement. Church has overtaken black power. I mean, it's so many things that just pull on us because we got to belong. We got to fit in. It's the American way, is it not? All right? We got to get out here. We got to struggle. We got to hustle. We got to do all this stuff so that we can fit in and make other people feel comfortable, make other people happy with what's going on, right, with us. And the bottom line is, until we accept we, what's the use? You know what I'm saying? We ain't accepting we, right? We got a new message down here. Let's see. Man, so family, now take this time once again, set the example. Set the example. You know what I'm saying? No proselytizing. I know how some of you niggas are. Excuse my language. I know how some of y'all want to beat somebody up. You know what I'm saying? You find out something new about Christianity and you want to share with everybody. You want to just beat up all the Christians in your family, or you want to jump on the Muslims. Well, actually, you don't fuck with Islam that much, do you? Because they don't play that shit, right? But you Christians, you know, because they forgive you, right? So you go on and try to beat them up, or you try to beat up other people in other religions and stuff, and you try to show how much more intelligent you are than everybody else, which once again pushes everybody away from the movement. Family, live by example. Live, serve, right? Serve, entertain. You know what I'm saying? Give people access to the information if they want it. They'll let you know, right? They'll come at you with some different shit. Like, we're doing vision boards now. Like, okay, shit. You making progress, right? That's, you know, shit. You know, hey, I feel you. You know what I'm saying? What you got on your vision board? Why you got that on your vision board? You know, I'm just wondering, you know, you ask these questions and you build with your family, man. You build with them, because the issue is, and it always will be, we're going to be lost until we realize who we are, what we are, when we are. Who we are, when we are, where we are, right? The when, you know what I'm saying? When is very important. See, because this is this thing called timing. I remember when I used to do martial arts, one of the things that really tied me into martial arts is that my first sensei, he's an ancestor now, Tony Clark. You hear me call his name out on my list. Tony Clark, one of the things he told me, he said, you know what? He said, you're not the fastest, but I will tell you, you have some great timing. Great timing. And that beats speed every time. Because you're going to be able to spar people that's a lot faster than you, but because of your ability to time stuff, you're able to set it up and time it. So we're going to work on improving your timing. OJ, that's what he used to call me. We're going to work on improving your timing. That's what we worked on. And boom, I wasn't going to be the fastest. But he found what it was that I was good at. He said, dude, your timing is impeccable. You know, we're going to get it impeccable. Right? Timing, right? Because the right punch at the right time gives you the right effect, right? So I need for you, listen to me, to really, when we talk, not only when we talk about for your own life, look at when we are. What time are we in right now, right? Because when we look in the past, there were certain times where people were able to amass massive amount of wealth, and your ancestors were not allowed to truly participate. Truly participate. So when I'm talking about the when are we in the timing right now? Right now we are in we are in a period where calcification of wealth has not been like this since Rockefeller. Since the first Rockefeller, Carnegie, Chase, you know what I'm saying? Since the railroad barons and shit, you know what I'm saying? We got to realize when we are not so that you feel helpless. See, because this is what a lot of people don't understand. And I keep on trying to stress this to people, right? Because I got people run up to me talking about my aunt, right, all the time. And, you know, brother, I tell me that's not my aunt. You hear people on my call. That, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, I don't really think you want to fuck with me on that my aunt stuff, right? This is why. Because one of the things that you have to be able to do before you can even deal with my aunt is be able to distinguish the real from the unreal. This is what, even before you was able to get in the temples and learn about Maya, you had to be able to distinguish the real from the unreal, right? And allowing people to exist in illusion around you It's not fair to them, and it's not fair to you. So people get kind of uncomfortable when I get up into my start yelling phase when I'm because I want people, if sometimes I feel people coming at me from some illusionary shit, and I want you to prove what you saying to me. Prove it. Just give me a name. Give me something. We could Google that shit right now. All of us got Google on our phones. I'm on my computer. I got a cell phone. I got a tablet right here. My son got another computer. My daughter got a mother. She hiding upstairs right now watching some movie thinking I don't know and shit because I know where all my shit is. Right? We could look it up. We could Google it. Because when people come at us talking about, yo, I just got to create this vision board. Yo. You know what I'm saying? Yo, there, like my sister, I keep on asking her, give me the city. She gave me the city yesterday. I can't remember. Anybody remember the name of the city? Please type the name of the city in Texas that's all black, that does not experience the black experience. You know what I'm saying? Because family, listen, there is no escape from blackness. Give a fuck how much money you make. I don't care what type of car you drive. There is no escape. And what we have been trying to do and what we have been trying to train a lot of our kids to do is to escape this. And you can't escape it. You need to embrace it. You need to love it. You need to celebrate it. You need to look at the resiliency of your people and the strength of your people and start learning to lean on that and stop moving towards what other motherfuckers have set up for us as ideas of success. And we need to go on and redefine that for ourselves. We need to start learning to work together and start learning how to grow some of our own food. I ain't saying we got to just go and live off the grid, which would be good, but we need to learn how to do some things for ourselves. We need to learn how to create staples within each one of our communities. Once again, that's why one of the reasons I do this Ambrosia the way I do it. I'm not really trying to advertise it. I'm trying to get a small collective of individuals that are able to use this and are able to either brew it or ferment it themselves because it could become a staple within our community. Period. Right? You know what I'm saying? What is a people without a staple? What is a people that's living in illusion? Slaves. Master gonna treat us good one day. You know what I'm saying? Illusions allow you to be enslaved. It was the illusion of friendship that got many of us caught up in this shit that we in right now, generations ago. You know what I'm saying? It was the illusion of fair trade. And all of us are humans and all of us are the same. That motherfucking illusion that was cast upon you and is still on you. But let me give you an idea, right? All those that want to be Malcolm, all those that want to be the Martins, right? Let me tell you. I want one of the things that if you look at the struggle, right, that you really start to recognize. It's between me and you, right? Between me and you. You listening? Do you know when they killed Martin, when they killed Malcolm, and the main reason they killed Fred Hampton? You know when? I want y'all to think about this. Do the research. Prove me wrong. And I love it. Because like I said, a lot of shit, I just be coming off the hip. I don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? It's just my analysis. It's my view. And I love for people to go prove me wrong. Educate me. Right? You know that what made them dangerous and more dangerous than any people in their time, the ones that they actually took out, and there's been a lot that we don't even know about, family. Because I want y'all to understand that. There's been a whole lot of people that was neutralized before they could even start acting. Because once they picked out the formula, they was able to enact it and keep those people from rising up. I want y'all to understand that. Malcolm and Martin and Fred Hampton are the ones that was able to move to the pinnacle, and they are like, in a sense, they were like the study subjects. So from the information that they gathered on them, they was able to look at the moves that they was making, find the similarities, and they're able to neutralize our generation, my generation, a lot sooner. They ain't got to let it go. But before, because they wasn't really a danger as long as they stayed with us. I want you to understand that, right? But what made them different than some of these universal Negroes right now is that these individuals were able to motivate and organize black people in mass. So their word, right, they would like had the OG call. They had the OG call in the black community. And then when they started branching out to work with other communities, because before they started branching out and working with other communities, they had a stable community. They had a stable collective. They had a stable group of warriors up under them before they started trying to negotiate with other peoples. That's when it became dangerous. But a lot of y'all want to jump past the first part, right? The foundation. You don't want to work on the foundation of getting your group together. Why? Because it's too much. It's too hard. You know what I'm saying? Sister Segment put up a perfect example where we won't even eat each other's food. And what she's going to do, she's helping somebody out. And she's going to go and take them food because she know they don't have food. She's going to take them food until eventually the person will eat it in front of her. And you're like, y'all don't even hear the logic in that. Because once you start showing that you bring value to people, then they'll start listening. A lot of y'all just talking. A lot of y'all do all this reading and just do a lot of talking. You ain't doing no working. And our people been talked to a long time, so they just used to just people just doing this. You ain't doing shit. You ain't doing shit. You ain't doing nothing new. You ain't gonna save nobody. You ain't gonna build nothing. You know what I'm saying? You just talking about the power of the other. You know what I'm saying? You talking about the greatness of our past rather than moving us to where we need to be today. Don't you know that's what people looking for? Don't you know that's what our people looking for? They're looking for people. They're looking for people to move them into action. Not just move them and tell them what to do, but they'll see you doing actions, and then you get those few. So, because we got to understand, everybody wasn't involved with Martin. But it was a large enough group that once he started moving, other groups would just start moving with him. It wasn't a lot of people that was with Malcolm. For real. A lot of people that heard Malcolm. But you know, when Malcolm moved, it was enough people that would move with Malcolm that would make shit happen. Fred Hampton didn't move everybody, right? But when Fred Hampton moved, there was enough people moving with him. You know what I'm saying? And then, like I said, from the study cases that they did, and those might not even been the study cases. Because I want you to understand just how they collecting data on us now. They were collecting data in the best way possible back then. And they start looking at, because the way you defeat your enemy is that you analyze. And you're able to start being able to predict what they're going to do next. And if you're able to predict what they're going to do next from a successful pattern, you will be able to hinder everybody else from that point on. So now the attacks don't start when you start organizing and when you build it. No, the attacks start in elementary school, maybe even in preschool. Let's be clear. You know what I'm saying? But you know, a lot of people are like, yo, you know, brother, that ain't true. Hey, come on, man. I like I said, I can't. A lot of this I can't be dealing with some of y'all on, because like I said, it's. Y'all fucking with me in illusion. You want to talk with me in illusion. You're an illusion. You're lost. And I'm not mad at you. I'm no better than you, because maybe I'm lost in an illusion. You know what I'm saying? Maybe. You know what I'm saying? But hey, I'm just trying to let y'all know. We got to be able to distinguish the real from the unreal. So when you come at me with my eye, you know what I'm saying? truth, justice, righteousness, reciprocity, balance, order, and harmony. I really want you to understand that you have to understand the people were first on the list. Your people. So now the next thing you have to do is start establishing who your people are. What do you mean, Brother Tim? Truth? You think I'm gonna tell my enemy the truth? You think I'm going to be just with the enemy? Oh yeah, I'm gonna be just with him, yeah. You know what I'm saying? Very righteous with him too. See, because a lot of times we switch those. And Elder Wakesa, he says morality in service of oppression. You hear a lot of that too. You know what I'm saying? We use our morality to justify being oppressed. It's in the lingo. It's in the Bible scriptures that we pick. It's in a lot of scriptures of Islam that we pick. You know, it's in how we use mayat. You know what I'm saying? Just wait. You know what I'm saying? I want you to wonder what would have happened if Taharka would have waited, or if Hannibal would have waited, or you know what I'm saying, or if Zinga would have waited, or you know what I'm saying? There was no, you know what I'm saying? They had to take action. They had to do something. You know what I'm saying? I'm just wondering, what is it that a lot of people out here are waiting for? Oh, so before I go too deep, family, we got warrior training today. Text should have went out yesterday. We'll start at 2, right? I'm going to be on my way up to the school in a minute so I can make sure everything is straight. Warrior training at 2 p.m., right? That gives some of y'all time so y'all could be on y'all game if y'all want to watch the game and come in later. I got some food. We got some people that's going to be blessing us with food. Ring DJ Bronx. Facts. Sure did. Family, y'all need to, and like I said, we got to start finding our tribes. And some of our tribes won't even be in our same city. You know what I'm saying? Because just because we skin folk don't mean we kin folk. You know what I'm saying? Just because we share bloodline don't mean that you all mine. You understand what I'm saying? Because we got to understand Agent Smith is real. You know what I'm saying? You can see that shit every time a bill hit. You can see Agent Smith coming up in motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? Go on, let them put a price on your head. Agent Smith be popping up all around you. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Really, because I'm telling you, family, some people be talking about they want it. Dog, listen. One of my elders, like I said, Elder Nomo, pulled out his file from the FBI because he after the years passed, he demanded for his shit. His shit was that thick. That thick. Freedom of Information Act, right? He got his shit. He saw how they set him up for murder. You got to talk to some of your elders, and a lot of them are quiet because they don't trust anymore. Because after they start getting their files and they really start looking, and even though they black out certain names and shit to protect, they're able to construct and put together who was ratting them out. And a lot of those people was a lot closer than they thought. And then they start finding out the level of agents that were involved with it. Now it's so deep. Now, family, they don't even have to put agents with us no more. They do, but they don't have to. You know what I'm saying? In a lot of them cases, we'll tell all our plans on Facebook, or somebody will be mad at us and they'll post shit up about us. You know what I'm saying? Please understand that part of, and I want y'all to understand this when we react to people, part of the COINTEL program was to attack people's person, like to take away any validity that you had in your community. That was one of the major tools that they use. Take away all your credibility. Think about some of the shit that some people do online right now. They don't need to pay no money for an agent to do that shit now. All you got to do is, hell, be late with a t-shirt. Yeah. My ambrosia wasn't sweet enough. You know, some shit like that. You know, just boom. You know what I'm saying? And it's already there. It's already programmed. And we got to be really wary of this, because a lot of times we thinking that they don't have to plant angels no more. We already got enough disgruntled black folks around us that will help discredit you, make you sound crazy. You know what I'm saying? Because all it takes is the right motherfucker, even if you talking sense. All it takes is for you to, I'll do that. All it takes for you is to run into the right person with the right amount of clout, and you could be making all the sense in the world. And that motherfucker just say, oh, that's nonsense. Guess what? All of a sudden, because they have the ears of the people, what you are talking are nonsense, and you have been adopted into the Mickey Mouse Club of foolery. Warrior training. All right. Basically, what we do, it's for adults as well as young people. We have a lot of young people that come through, and we have martial art training. There you go. Yeah, exactly. And always, and we got to always remember that. And so part of the piece is discrediting you, and by discrediting you, they discredit everything that you have to do, that you have something to do with. Period. You know what I'm saying? Very simple. So in warrior training, what we do, we introduce people to what a warrior is, right? You know, because like in Giami, we have questions and pledges that individuals have to say on a daily basis to help firm up, because we build in culture. And in order to protect the culture, one of the first arms of defense, well, actually, the only arm of defense is warriors. You know what I'm saying? Nation builders walk the warrior path as well as elders. So you have warrior training. What is that? That gets everybody ready to be able to defend the culture, defend the people of the culture. So, of course, we have some martial arts. We mix up different martial arts. I don't know what the brother going to teach today, because we got one brother that comes in and he does several different types of martial arts. We also introduced them to capoeira. I'm going to bring one of my capoeiristas in I've done it in the past, so we're going to have capoeira in there as well. Also, we do the drill and ceremonies. If you follow me on, if you follow Giami Journey, you see that we do that on there. The drill and ceremony, we teach them about ceremonies, about rituals. We talk about the history. We talk about the philosophy of Giami and the whole Afrocentric view, learning to see the world from your perspective. And then a new piece that we added just recently was, because a lot of young men that's coming to the group, they really enjoy anime, right? So learning to take some of the stuff that our young people like, listen to, and do, and start incorporating that into the discussion so that we can show the connections and show how different groups use their principles to motivate and uplift their people, right? And why we should be doing the same. You know what I'm saying? Also, we do camping trips, and one of the major pieces that the older brothers and sisters that are involved with Giami is doing now is making sure that we have these cultural stabilizing holidays, right? So you'll see if you're on the black signal, because speaking of the black signal, I gotta remind me, I'm coming back to that shit. But making sure that we're able to raise funds and keep these culturally stabilizing holidays popping off, because it's the holidays that we come together as groups, and and in those holidays we are able to remind each other about the culture. And the more of those days that we're able to grab, and we're able to grab the attentions of the community and bring them in, the better. You know what I'm saying? We need at least 8 cultural holidays throughout the year. 8. We're working on them right now. We got a few. You know what I'm saying? And we're able to do them, and we're trying to build it up so that we can start getting the interest of the rest of the community, because all it takes is, like I said, that black signal. Because all it takes sometimes is for, after a person has been pushed to a certain point, like black folks are being pushed right now, all it takes is for them to be at the right activity at the right time, and the ancestor in them wake up. You understand what I'm saying? Because I come from the standpoint that many of us, we are in a generational battle. And because a lot of us are being ruled by our egos, which is the youngest part of our being, we don't even have any connection with anything that we have done in the past. And I ain't just talking about in this life. When I say we are in a generational warfare, you was here before, I was here before, we fought, we just don't remember that shit. We come back through our same bloodlines. So we have to make sure that we lead the bloodline better than when we found it. We have to make sure that we leave some actual material things for that bloodline, so that our future generations will have something to stand upon, because you are going to be coming back through one of your kids. Very simple. You know what I'm saying? So if you live your life understanding that, if you live your life like that and you understand this and you can see that, you know what I'm saying? Then of course you're going to treat everything just a little bit different. You're going to treat life just a little bit different. You know what I'm saying? I'm coming back. I mean, just think about that. I'm coming back. So you're going to leave this motherfucker fucked up? I've been here and I'm coming back. Right? And it might not be directly through my children, but maybe my grandchildren or my great-grandchildren. So I got to make sure that they're straight. I'm taking responsibility for them as well as for me being able to come back and be able to live a quality life. This is why you deserve more attention. You're a foot soldier and you're consistent. You wake up and do this every day. You are appreciated. Thank you, sister. You allow me to use your platform without hesitation. No problem. I hope my other brother got in touch with you. But we'll see. I mean, because I haven't heard anything. But I'm glad your story is getting out. And you need to be writing. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, blog or whatever. You need to be keeping up with the stuff that you're doing, so that can help get the word out. Because you'll be kind of surprised. Even in those small cities, there's small pockets of us, if you haven't found them already. So, you know what I'm saying? Even in them small cities, there's small pockets of us. You know what I'm saying? Because this information is getting everywhere and people starting to question and people starting to look. And, you know, like I said, Donald Trump waking motherfuckers up. Thank you, Great Pumpkin. You doing your thing. You deserve a strike of lightning. The Great Pumpkin is waking people up. Thank you. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo. And, you know, and sister, you are going to have probably a lot of people after this tax season. You're probably going to have a lot of people knocking at your door, trying to have conversation with you. Because I'm thinking that this tax season is going to be a little bit different than past tax seasons. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people don't realize that a little extra bump that the tax cut gave you is coming from somewhere. You know what I'm saying? They're letting you keep just a little bit more of your money. Why? I'm just saying. Just think about it, sister. You're going to have your plate might be full sooner than you think. You're going to have a lot of help sooner than you think. Right? Because I'm just saying, man, all it takes is just one thing, and next thing you know, ooh, can't wait. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how it's going to be, but I'm thinking, because when I seen that little extra bit of money on my check, I was like, I know what's up. But a lot of people don't know what's up, so they get the little extra $20. They don't even realize I'm not even seeing no big difference. Not a big difference. Every 2 weeks, $20 here, $30 there. You get the little extras. You know what I'm saying? Tax time come around. And you ain't gonna be able to claim it like you used to. So they're gonna be at your door like, tell me some more about this black stuff. Can mine help me get a higher return? How about Sackbat? I was planning a trip. I'm just trying to let you know it's about to go down, family. You know, because like I said, once you start messing with black folks' money, they start looking for solutions. You know what I'm saying? And hey, it's coming. Because like I said, it's like a 20-year cycle. You know what I'm saying? Consciousness is on a 20-year cycle. So we've seen a little rise right now. And then what start to happen is start getting co-opted, right? Because you all you gotta do is notice the patterns. All you gotta do is just step back, look at history, look at how stuff get co-opted, right? They co-opted. You know what I'm saying? But out of the co-option, you get some real soldiers. So we about due for another cycle of individuals waking up. Are you ready? Are you ready? You know what I'm saying? Get them on, they gonna be, you look like you one of them Southern girls, so you could cook. One of them Southern women, so it's a good chance you could cook. People gonna be wanting, you know what I'm saying? Boom, that plate, them fish fries or whatever, raising funds, boom, get them. The good fish sandwich gets some conversation, gets people thinking. Damn, she must have put some Kemet dirt in this shit. This is good. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying. So we got to prepare ourselves, and we got to start being able to communicate with people in a way and where they are. So like I said, as far as the anime, I'm having discussions with the young people about the anime. You know what I'm saying? I might not agree with all the stuff that they watch and stuff like that, but I do like anime myself, I must admit. But you know what I'm saying? Being able to listen to what lessons they're getting out of it, because understand that entertainment is a form of education. A lot of people don't understand that. You think that you're just giving your mind a rest, but no, everything that goes on as a human being, your mind is absorbing and it's extracting lessons from it. And we allow our children to think that entertainment it's education. So we have to, if you're going to listen to that bullshit, you know what I'm saying? We need to have conversations with our children about that bullshit so they can understand where we're coming from and we can understand where they're coming from. Why you listen to it? Cool. Let's analyze these lyrics. When they say bitch here, who are they talking about? You know what I'm saying? You love me, right? And when they say bitch here, you calling me a bitch or you calling you a bitch? No, it's not us. It's who is it? I'm just telling you. You know what I'm saying? We got to be clear on that shit, right? And we got to be able to have these conversations. And that's part of warrior training, because what a warrior is one who has experienced or involved in conflict, right? So what is conflict? Conflict isn't always just this. Conflict is this. You know what I'm saying? When somebody bring a problem, can you help them? Can you help them face the problem? Can you help them deal with the problem? Can you help them solve the issue, right? Can you help talk them through it, right? Let's see. This is why you boom, boom, boom. Shay, I'm claiming it, brother. Yes. Make it a great day. That's right. How you doing, brother Kwame? Hopefully you'll be at the, if not, I hope to see you at the, warrior training. I'll be there I got to be there because, Mama Z's going to be there. So I'm going to have to go. I got to go to the building at, I don't know why, 12:15. I wasn't planning to get there to 1 o'clock. But the elders called, damn. All right. The art is the best way to pass on. Art is culture. It ain't just art is culture. You know what I'm saying? And every culture has a way of expressing itself. This is why you have motherfuckers in university studying art. Because once you understand the art, you can understand the culture. And if you understand it, you can predict it. And if you can predict it, you can conquer it. These motherfuckers ain't smart. I mean, this old street shit. Really, we dealing with thugs. That's it. I grew up with thugs. I know how these motherfuckers. They just a little bit more precise at killing your ass. That's it. It's still thuggism. There's nothing brilliant about it. It's just thuggism. You know what I'm saying? What is a general? A general has many gangs up under his ass. That's all it is. A group of trifling motherfuckers that's willing to kill and get paid for it. Ain't that some shit? Because that's what the military do. That's what the military. Like I said, we're caught in illusions. We don't even understand. Special forces, super thugs. That's all that shit is. Super thugs. You know what I'm saying? I could send this thug. I could drop this thug in the middle of Saudi Arabia with a pocket knife, and this motherfucker gonna be able to come up out that shit. That's all. That's all it is. Organized fuckery. Yeah, niggas can't fool me. Oh, okay, cool. I always got a toot of those babies. I could dig that. So, family, I'm gonna finish up this water. Cause you know my lips getting chapped and shit, and I ain't had my water this morning. Plus I'm hungry. And then we're gonna do these libations. Unless somebody call in because the lines are open, 614-556-4535. But I'm gonna put on some music. I didn't download none. I sure was thinking about it, but I didn't download none. So let's go and find something. Well, let's do this commercial.
I am a Giammi man. I was born for greatness. My greatness comes from my potent sinner. I pledge to find and connect with my sinner. I pledge to build my spirit, mind, and body. I pledge to use my hands to build a better world for myself, my loved ones, and my community. I pledge to use my mind to think deeper, further, and higher to create a better reality for myself. I pledge to live my life and go beyond all my self-imposed limitations. I pledge to promote the principles of the Giammi warrior and to assist all those seeking the path of success. I pledge all these things first to myself, my teachers, to all my relations, and to my higher power. I am Giammi. Ashe, Ashe, Ashe. That is the Giammi prayers that is said by all of our true members at least once a day. Peace and welcome to our YouTube channel. Check out our videos and podcasts. Subscribe as well as join the journey. Push past your self-imposed limitations within the Giammi journey. Peace.
Alright, let me tell y'all about the black signal. The black signal will be defunct after Kwanzaa. I'm going to run it. I'm going to run as much as I can throughout Kwanzaa, as much as I can afford, because I sent out a message yesterday. And Kwame, you probably got it. A couple people, everybody on the black signal got it. All of the people from Kwanzaa last year got it. Let them know about the warrior train. I got another one going out. That shit cost me $3.94. I told you, I'm not a good hoe. I can't do that. I beat pimps up. I can't do it. You know what I'm saying? But we need it as far as the Kwanzaa piece to get stuff together. And and let me go back to that whole COINTELPRO piece. Now, listen. This is how deep this shit is, right? So when I was thick into the Giammi house, and Shaka lived across the street, he would come over and he would cook sometime, you know what I'm saying? And I had this saying when I say I feed the nation, because not only would I feed my boys, but any of their friends and stuff, and my daughters would come through, and I always tried to keep a lot of food for my kids. You know, a lot of crazy shit popped off around there, but you know what I'm saying? They knew they were safe, and they was respectful enough. Most of them were respectful. Well, yeah, respectful enough. You know, but anyway. So it was one in particular that I knew if anything happened to me, that he would be able to take Giammi, because at that time it was Giammi house. He would be able to take the brothers further because he was respected. This is how they come at you. Because also what they notice is that the first generation or of any type of movement, and because the generation cycle is because we move so fast, people are getting information so quick now, I believe that the generational cycles are shorter. So those that go through first are learning and they're able to pass on the information, and then within the group you find those electrifying young people, those young people who can who is able to motivate people. So one day I was talking to him because every now and then we had a few moments. You know what I'm saying? Me trying to keep them out of trouble, stopping them from doing just totally insane shit. You wouldn't even believe some stuff to be running through some of these young people. Put the gun down, nigga. Don't argue. Just put these are regular conversations. Put all of y'all shut up. Going out in the house. All of y'all in the house. I apologize, officer. I got it. In the house. All right? Y'all can't be going around shooting up parking lots and shit. Stop. I don't care what happens. Shut up. Nobody told y'all to do that. Good God Almighty. This type of conversation. So anyway, I'm sitting talking with him, and I'm like, yo, I'm having premonitions of death and shit. I said, dude, I'm trying to really get y'all to do some stuff, man. You really need to focus on this studio shit. And if something happened to me, you need to go on. You have to take care of your brothers and shit. So, listen, here's all the stuff. Here's my library. Here's all my notes for Giame and the shit that we do, the rituals, blah, blah, blah. If you have any questions, all that shit is right there. If something happened to me, these books, this is what you come and get. You get this before my mom see the crib. You get all my shit before anybody is able to get my shit and put it somewhere. You get all the shit that's necessary to keep doing what we're doing. Even though y'all fucking up right now. You fucking up. Now I'm just letting you know you young. I was young. I understand. I was boom. But you come get this if something happened to me. But it didn't happen to me. It happened to him. Because he was closer. I mean, and it's like this shit is real. When we talk, I mean, it's like it didn't happen to me. My premonitions wasn't about me. Right? It was about him. Sitting up here like, damn. So, I'm just saying this shit is real out here. This shit is real. And they're taking out young, electrifying young people. And we have to understand that this is why the prison industrial complex is a very serious thing. Especially when they start seeing these young people hanging with people that can actually feed them something. As long as they out here just in the streets doing dumb shit, they might just come get them, take them to jail. Other than that, they taking out COINTEL is in full effect. They taking out the next Christ all the time. All the time, right? But I just want y'all to know that, and I know my sons took it very hard at that time. I wish they were supposed to, but one that took it extremely hard because he was right across the street when bruh got shot, and he ran up to him, and he looked at the body, and he called me. He said, "Pops, he gone." I said, "Hold on, dog. What the fuck you talking about? Hold on. I just, because I moved into another house. I left them in the short north, which I kind of had regrets about doing that shit, but I had to get up out the short north anyway, because they was bringing too much heat. So I told him, I said, where he get shot at, brother? Pops, they shot him in the head. I said, dog, listen to me. I want you to listen to me very closely. Go get your brother. He said, Pops, I'm telling you, he did. I said, I ain't gonna say his name. I said, you got shot in the face. I got shot in the face. We survived shit like that. Go get your brother. Of course he passed, but at that time, you know what I'm saying? It's like, you know, when you start really looking at the reality of it, because what was crazy, we could never really put together totally why. You understand what I'm saying? We never could put totally together why. We could tie the street shit together a little bit, but we could never totally get to the end of the why this shit happened like this. He went to go get an ice cream cone for his son. He reached into the cooler and the motherfucker popped up behind him. Why? I don't know. But like I said, COINTEL is real. You know what I'm saying? And they don't even have to send agents in. All they got to do is just sprinkle a little bit of money around and shit starts to happen now. You know, so we have to go and start doing the work so that we can start educating. So we can start not only educating, but getting our people, as one of my young brothers told me a long time ago, brother, I hear you, but I don't feel you. So, oh, I get it. They hearing us, but they're not feeling us. We want to reach them, we got to speak a language that they could feel. I'm just saying, I'm telling you, because this shit is real. And we're going to be losing our young warriors. Now, some make it through. You know what I'm saying? Some make it through. But, you know, like I said, sometimes I got to keep them at a distance and speak to them in certain ways and shit like this because, you know, I don't know. Sometimes I'm very suspicious about everybody that's around me. And I'm not trying to, I'm not trying to be the breadcrumbs that lead these motherfuckers to the next generation of leaders and shit. You know what I'm saying? Because I got, you know, because like I said, family, it's rough out here. And if we don't get it together, if we don't start organizing and start really providing areas where we know that some of our young people are safe and able to study and able to do shit and have fun and kick it and you know and be able to and still be able to learn and stuff like that, we're doing them an injustice. We're doing them an injustice. You know what I'm saying? So we got to make sure that our future leaders are safe so that they can be in place and be able to, because you will be surprised. Because even before my little brother died, I had another brother that died before him that even had more. I mean, it was incredible. I'm just trying to tell y'all, this COINTEL shit is real. All right, I'm gone. All right, here we go, family. First, giving honor to the Creator by whatever name you choose to call that Creator. We call on that force, that unifying force that created all the universes, or whatever you believe in, whatever name you choose to call this Creator. We lift up our glass and we say, Ashe. From there, where do we go? We move to the stars of the show. Miles Brown, Miss Ann, Robert the Texan, Davis, Herman Brown, Senior, Rosalie Tilly, Georgia William, Walter, Christopher, and Gastonat, Lena, Uncle Chris, Fiend, Cleveland, Geneva Brown, Margaret Ellis, Wash Ellis, Cecil Ellis, Alvaro Brown, Gina Gaines, Herman Brown II, Barbara Twiggs, Wash Ellis Jr., Katie Ellis, Nikki Ellis, Jamon Jones, Jeremiah Tappan, John Fallar, Montague Pittman Nail, Nomo X, and Pat Meyer, Ramalika Fakur, Dr. Marianne Williams, Kojo Kamal, Elder Farmer, Elder Millie Dixon, Tony Clark, Pastor Yusuf Weston, Elder Arjani, Elder Ron Coleman, Elder Robert Donaldson, Alfred Brofro, Hector Jr., Jay Edwards, Carlisle Harris, Grace Lundy, Inez Harris, William Bill Moss, Phyllis Rose, Sterling Lucy Wright, Derek L. Pulliam, the Luxor Brothers, Miss Eda Brooke Crawley, Miss Marie Nelson, Mr. Frederick Crawley Sr., Miss Jerry Brunson, Mr. Alonzo Johnson, Miss Marie McDowell, Janice Foster, Charles Jordan, Kel Smith, Walter Smith, Richard Trigg, Francis Johnson, Mary Franklin, Jimmy Williams, Daniel Ford, George Gibson, Nana Loretta Clark, Inez McCrae, Fritz Clark, Frankie Justice, Katie Justice, Derek Rinderman, Virginia Rogers, Reverend J. Smith, Lois Henderson, Calvin Spratling, Mary Elizabeth Walker, Raymond Walker Sr., Sarah Jane Carter, Michael Ford Jr., Kellen D. Russell, Susie B. Smith, Teresa Clay, Melvin Dale Hodge Jr., Herman Copeland, Mildred Copeland, Jenny Clay, Bird Beatty, Sarah Weatherby, the Farmer, I go so Sue, Cheryl Harvey, Aunt Charmaine, Aunt Evelyn, Deolis Hasbury, Harvey Hasbury Sr., Leonard Dickinson, T.C. Islam, Terrell Dunbar, Will Thomas, Sarah Berry, Mark Walsh, Merle B. Thornton, Pearl G. Thornton, Ida Johnson, Florence M. Carter, Joanne Thornacre, Tricia Lewis, Juanita Wright, Robert Wright, George Wright, Mary Eliza Frederick Davis, Mary Elizabeth Rogers, Mary Esther Keachler Reese, Linda Watson Hammonds, Jarrell Giles Watson, Sparrow, Slimmy, Selby Lewis, Andrew Holmes, Pearl Moore, Percy Moore Jr., Mildred Owens, Booker T. Bolton, Charlie Hunt, Sammy Stover, Hilda Pearson. Let me say this too. My sons were so tight that my son went back, by the way. He hung up and said, yes, sir. Hung up the phone and went back. Hilda Pearson, Sturgeon Thornton, Richard Thornton, Lavina Hall, Freeman Bankster, Mary Moss, Ophelia Peacock, Willie Thornton, Napoleon Kennedy, Mark Ramsey, Paul Ramsey, Matt Ramsey, David Ramsey, Charles E. Thornton, Frankie Quells, Urania Thornton, Bernice Quells, Ernestine Jackson, Frankie Johnson, Teresa Mormon, Leon Johnson, Charles Bell, Vivian Ramsey, S.E. Johnson, Delrita Johnson, Leon Johnson, James W. S. Sr., James Parham, Dana Jones, Henry Worrell, James Farmer, Mary Chavez, Leon Grace, Bessie Johnson, Hattie Levester, Mary Moreland, Paul Moreland, Elder Caleb, Rosemary Martineer, Elder Amatet Wellman, Fred Douglas Triggs Sr., Thelma Triggs, Thomas and Lula Berry, Lacey and Eleanor Howe, Frank and Russell and Davis, Fred Douglas Triggs II, Vina Triggs, Reverend Eddie Moore, Helen Fuller, Eugene Jackson Sr., Richard Ellis, Silas Alexander, Charles Maxwell, Percy May Alexander, Arthur Reynolds, Stanley Lockhart, Ricky Lockhart, William Lockhart, Woodrow Lockhart, Brenda Porter, Deacon Hargrove, Carla Sawyer, Andrew Parker, Doris Donald, Ellis Murphy, DeFridas Hines, Inez Bostic, Edna Bostic, Winifred Scantleberry, Wilson Hadley, Elma Hines, Phyllis Lee, Eugene Spratling, Calvin Spratling, Charles Wooden, Penny Brown, Roy Lee, Printup Jr., Miriam Johnson, Wilbert Longmire, Edith Catney, Janice Carter, Michael Carter, Leon Pena Carter, Margaret Carter, William Carter, Lisa Jordan, Charles Lee Mosley, Dorothy R. Blair, Florence Evans, Pamela Blair, Ransom Evans Sr., Sam Evans Sr., Nalon Blair Sr., Edward Stevens, and Sue Ann Stevens, Joe Davis, Timothy Butler, Gene Holmes, Dana Jones, Peter Charles, Christy Nichols, Cardinal Robinson, Rosemary Charles, Ada Pearl, Bob Ingalls, Jack Wallace, Warren M. Finch, Warren P. Finch, Tim Ingalls, Audrey Finch, William Billingsley Jr., Jennifer Sensabaugh, Hazel Gaston, Jerry Bratton, Brian Watson Jr., Kaniko Parsons, Jason Cathy, Thomas Bradley, also known as Uncle Buki, also known as Gypsy. Shouts out! Reverend Roosevelt Word, the first. What's up, Sister Navita? Stacy Trice, Frank Smith, Mother Bertha, Michael Leonard, David Brown, Ruth Carter, June Cox, Paula Cox, Ronald Urban, Judy Hubbard, Irene Johnson, Francis Booth, Jefferson, Dan Wilkinson Sr., Emma McClendon, Jerry Doyle, Mina Robinson, Mary Nichols, Patricia Williams, Shabaka Teray, Greg G2 Gibson, Donald Hill, Richard Gleavis, Lee Irby, Tommy Irby, Boy Irby, Jim Gaucher, George and Haley Johnson, Archie Margaret Armstead, Diane Scott, Erica Armstrong, Claire Fox, June Evans, Archie Beck, Anna McGill, Charles McDaniel, Christine Cottrell, Aunt Becker, Alice Arnold, Arthur Arnold, Hattie Reed, Charles Reed, Eulin Andrew Baker, Patricia Edward Brooks, Willen and Bob Hatch, Kimbo Vernon, Bradley Kim, Janie Harry Tubman Cates, Spencer Sturgis, Sally Mae Baker, Ethel Baker, Creola Baker, Geneva Baker, Aaron Nino Baby Hatch and Sr., Melly Miller, Housie Hatch, Dad Cleveland, Mother Gibson, Alex Nixon, John Bowie, Lester and Rachel Saunders, Dorita Ross, Riola Ross, Robert Nelson, Francis Stevenson, Leroy Stokes, Neely Johnson, Fletcher Swan, Manny and Charlie Scott, Ida Casey, Thomas Cofer, Vivian Stevenson, Mona Ann Lewis, Cornetta Lyman Lewis, John Jackson, William Dallas Lewis, Mary Francis, Chappelle Jackson, Michael Slade, Joanne Perkins, Richard Jackson, Martha Ford Dawson, Big Mama, Nana Harris, Eva Ford, James Hairston, Margaret Towns, Mary Williams, Leroy Q. He Sr., Albert Moore, Miss Vanilla, Albert Motley, Geraldine Elizabeth, Douglas Thompson, Erlington Houston, Love Oz, Elijah Oz, Jerome Oz, Henry West Staten, Joe Jamel Oz, Ann Pierce, Donald Carter, Lily Green, Nathan Green, Bet Vaughn, John Dewey, Ruth Beard, Tim Butler, Ramey, Laura Newton, J.B. Foggy, Thomas Newton Sr., Baba Naeem, Jeanette Sanders, Jerry C. Sanders, Roy Pruitt, H.J. Brantley Sr., Henry Wilson, Rufus Jenkins, Minnie Wilson, Catherine Sanders, Muriel Ellis, Elizabeth Battles, Henrietta Irby, Mildred Armstead, Margaret Armstead, Catherine Anthony, Ruby Brown, Charles Walker Sr., Charlie Walker, Cecil Russell, Diane Urban, Haroon Phillips, William Ford, Margaret Logan, Phyllis Barnett, Lee Irvin Sr., Michael Urban, Ozella Watson, Hugo Watson, John Caldwell Sr., Robbie Lee Caldwell. Nevaeh Mitchell, Ron McCormick Sr., Sabrina Easley, Rayshawn Easley, Javea McCormick, Barbara Ann Reed, Dorothy Ann Reed, John Reed, Edward R. Benson Sr., Ethel H. McNair, Lois Fernandez, Jacqueline Broadus, Reginald Oliver, Linda Howard, Mazarine Cofer, George Swan, and Monia Grayson, Charles Scott, Charles H. Scott, Michael and Charlene Morgan, Sybil Edwards McNabb, Ann Ferguson, William Ferguson, Shelby McClendon, Delise Waters, Gladys Johnson, Valerie Clark, John and Mary Sullivan, Dirk Johnson, Antonio Johnson, Jim Robinson. And that is the list of our ancestors, which combine us family, and it's so good to be able to get up and call their names, and we lift up our glass, and we say, Ashe. And family, you know where this take us to. This take us to the moment. So,
Damn, Rob, come on! What's the matter with you? Tomorrow. Let's do it tomorrow. There is no tomorrow. There is no tomorrow. Okay? There is no tomorrow.
That's how some of y'all be when y'all be talking to people about history and shit. You know, you can't get up on them, you know. You give them some space. You know what I'm saying? You know, there is no tomorrow. We are on Kuumba. Activate your reticular formation. We are hunting Kuumba today. Where is creativity active in our community? And I ain't just looking for the regular creativity that we see. There's other creative aspects out there that we don't even cover in our culture, and we need to really start really hyping it up, because creativity expands beyond playing games and dancing and singing and rapping and shit. We got a lot of other talents, because you can't build a civilization singing about the shit. If you don't believe it, look at where we are right now, right? You can't catch a ball to build a civilization. You need more than that, right? So today is Kuumba. For those that don't speak the language, it's creativity. So we're looking for creativity today. Demonic principle today is order. Color is orange. Cause and effect is the Hermetic law today. Male name today is Kwame. It's your day, Kwame. It's your day. It's your day, Kwame. It's your day. It's your day, Kwame. It's your day. And also, it's Alma's day too. What's up, Alma? How many Almas out there? Almas. Any Almas out there? All right. Love me some Almas, right? All right. Here we go. So, from the emotional emancipation circle, African Center Cultural Virtue and Value System, in Well Up Today, Job, good character, just, honest, and righteous. Those are some of the principles. Akan ethics, strong character is an aspect of the day from Akan. I don't know why they don't put that in the language. And then traditional Yoruba, Oju Inu, right? Also, family, be on the lookout for these 6 emotions. We need to remind each other. You know, like Kwame constantly remind me before I go off. Wish he was on the show yesterday before I start yelling and shit. We have mad, sad, and scared, joyful, peaceful, and powerful. 6 emotions. 6 emotions are signals. He calls it feeling as messengers. This is from brother, if you down south, he's in Atlanta. His name is Brother Wakesa. He's often on my timeline because I often repost his stuff. But he does this training, which is a lot deeper than just this. Powerful training, life-changing training. And of course, we're working on getting him up here to do some more stuff in Columbus, Ohio. All right, so we lift up our glass for the present moment, family, because if we don't master the moment, we don't master nothing. You ain't mastering tomorrow. You can't master yesterday. Yesterday is gone. Tomorrow ain't even here yet. So you in the now. So if you ain't taming this beast called now, you just talking shit. I'm just letting you know. I'm just keeping it all the way real. If you're not taming this now, right here, that you're not doing shit. Just lifting up my glass to the present moment, we say Ashe. From there we move to our children, our children's children, on to infinity. Realize that your children are counting on you to lead them a firm foundation. Lead them a cultural foundation, right? Rescue them before they even born from this bullshit that's out here. You hear what's being played on the radio for them. You see what's being put on TV for them. You see what's in the education system for them. What are we doing to combat that shit? Right? Some of us nothing, some of us as much as we can. But we all could do a little bit more. So we raise the glass because we are responsible for it. All our children on to infinity. And we say, Ashe. From there, family, where do we go? We go to all of our relations, throwing up that glass to all of our relations. All of them we don't have to get along with. We just saluting all the energy that's on this planet, right? All this energy that's in the universe. All of my relations, right? From there, family, where we go. This is your time. What is it that you need? Throw up your glass. What is it? Get what you need. While we calling, because we call these ancestors, we call the Creator every day. Family, if it ain't working for you, right? I'm seeing results. You got to be seeing results, right? That's how you measure shit. You don't plant a garden and just let the motherfucker just sit there and nothing happens. You know what I'm saying? You start replanting. You look for some new seeds. Family, if this not working for you, you need to find you some new seeds. You understand what I'm saying? Listen. So what is it that you need in your life right now? Toast, and we say Ashe. From there, we move to the most powerful, beautiful, enlightening, inspiring individual in the room. And you know who that is? That just happens to be you. It had to be you. All right, here we go. Ashe. 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 See, I got me a new thing and be piling. All right. So, family, if there's no call-ins or anything like that, that means I could go. I'm free to go. I have done my duty for the day, at least this part of the day. I got some other shit to do. Mature as hell. Not a lick of sweetness. Clear me up. Fill it all up in my head. Yes! We about to get the day started. All right, family. This is Brother Hatim. Once again, I'm going to give y'all a second. Lines are open. Lines are open. I'm going to check to make sure. Let's see. Oh. Emoji Karamu tomorrow.
This call is being recorded.
Emoji Karamu tomorrow. I hope to see you there. We got warrior training today. I will be there. You know what I'm saying? For those grown folks, we need to go and meet. I need to see some of y'all about 1 o'clock. If not, I'm just going to roll and do some planning myself. Then also, we got the Moja Karamu tomorrow. Make sure you bring a dish. You know, just bring a plate and a spoon and think you're going to eat. We're going to eat. But go ahead. Who is this? Sister Navita?
This is Sister Navita. You know who it is. I just wanted to get your input and maybe anybody else listening, and maybe we can talk about it a little more because there's a purpose behind this conversation. I was watching this thing with whatever that dude's name is from the White House that got accosted by the white folks at his own house. You know, he does that ancestry genetics thing or whatever on PBS.
Oh,
he was just doing what's his name, Scooter or something?
Skip Gates.
Skip. Yeah. Okay. So anyway, he was just going through John Legend's ancestry, and he came from free slaves. His slave master, upon his death, this slave master, upon his death, freed his slaves that were John Legend's relatives, and in turn, these free slaves, they moved to Ohio. They were in Kentucky, moved to Ohio, went back to Kentucky, and brought all his children and siblings back. It was 8 of them. Mm-hmm. Brought them back to Ohio, and after living here for X amount of years, white folks came across the river, came into Ohio, stole them all back, and sold them back into slavery, except for the adults, sold all the children. Anyway, I say that to say, you know, in talking to my grandson about some of the things that occurred during slavery, showing him some of the photographs and pictures and things, I noticed, even talking to people outside my circle, so to speak, that they have no clue about how bad it really was and how vicious these white folks really were. And I know I've been reading and hearing that there's been this consideration of taking slavery completely out of the history books in schools.
Cool.
And I've heard people say, black folks say it's a pro, some say it's a con, and I was just wondering what the community thinks about removing that from the history books in public school.
Now, I'm like, yo, whatever, but
we're going to teach ours anyway.
There we go. There we go. See, because like everybody else out there, I can't be concerned about them because a lot of them motherfuckers lost anyway. Because they honestly think that, slavery was a vacation and it was the best thing that happened to us because they introduced us to true religion and civilization. So, but for the general public, that would be another nail in the coffin of this thing called the United States of America. Because once again, they don't want to deal with the reality. Just like a lot of our people don't want to deal with the reality, America refuses to deal with the reality that they have helped to create and don't want to take responsibility for it. But I'm gonna tell them like they told me when I was called down for child support. I don't give a fuck how you get this money. This is a little conversation. You better get this money or I'll put your ass in jail. You owe me. You owe us. You owe your child, right? Family, we're owed. So yeah, I would highly contest them trying to take slavery out. As a matter of fact, I'm of the ilk that says that they really need to do a little in-depth study of what making a slave is. What is a slave? Because it's like, they got these motherfuckers thinking you just used to do laundry and shit. They don't. And
shit, yeah, exactly. They've already sugarcoated it anyway. So man. I think that when you sugarcoat that history, you how can I say this? As black people, we don't look at them the same as maybe you and I may look, because we know the history behind it. So it makes them more. They find those people more palatable, if you will. If you know what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. They want to hear. They want to hear the nice version. See, nobody want to talk about that whipping machine and shit. You know what I'm saying?
And so with that being said, I want to meet with you today because I think that that's another piece, because there's so many angles we need to hit this monster from. And when we take our enemy, not only do we make them God, but we make them quote unquote palatable. Like we never did. We need to put the truth out there, like you said. But if they take it up, they take it up, because we're going to teach ours what it really was. And I think that a lot of our younger people, they don't even really, they skim over, slavery happened and then we was freed and okay, the end.
No, but hold on. Now you got to remember, a lot of our young people don't believe that they're black.
When you
had a conversation with them, see, this is why it's important for us to really deal with illusions, because what starts to happen is that these illusions start turning to things like, I'm not black, my family is Indian, or I'm not black. You know what I'm saying? I'm Moor. I'm not black. I'm Hebrew. So we start looking for illusions to cope what we went through. We went through this. We were part of that whip. I mean, you got to think about, just if you look at somebody out there right now, Google the amount of cotton that was being produced from the South. See, because a lot of people, the reason they don't want to talk about slavery, because what they do is they try to keep it down south. But they don't let you know that Europe, as well as the northern part, what we call the Northern Union, was benefiting greatly from that slave machine down there. You know what I'm saying? As a matter of fact,
that's why that underground I was telling you about, they touch on that in that series. Oh yeah, it was actually a good series.
They don't, you know what I'm saying? And then what's even crazier check this out. Do you know that there may be a connection between a lot of black folks that we know in New York and they don't even know it? New York, Maryland, D.C., a lot of those expressways that lead south from there were in a sense created by the amount of black people that they sold that was already there. You know what I'm saying? In a different type of slavery. But when they created that slave machine down there, that whipping machine, where they had with motherfuckers, if you didn't bring in the amount of cotton that you were supposed to be in, I'm going to beat you within an inch of your life, and you better be up and ready to work in the morning. We got to understand, because you'll see shit jumping every 5 years. It'll go from 1 million bales of cotton to 2 million bales of cotton to 3 million bales of cotton to 4 million bales. I want you to think about the amount of cotton that was officially being picked, and then really look at the history of the Civil War, and you really start to find out what the shit was about. And you go, slavery was one of the lighter things. It was a thing that people brought out a lot later, but really, yeah, it was more about business. It was about money.
That's what the Civil War came about, because of the money issue.
Brother Kwame said, yes, there was always a cleaned up version of telling our stories, but yes, we must tell our own stories, creating our own narratives. Let me go and put something in here so I can read this next one. Boom. We must describe our experience from the perspective of being at war, and we are the heroes, protagonists, and anti-hero that must come save the planet. I agree with you, Brother Kwame. I agree with you. And he say, jump down, turn around, pick a bale of cotton. Oh, he's singing the song. Oh, funny. He just got a historian and a mathematician. But yeah. So, Sister Navita's asking, what do you think about them taking out the whole narrative of slavery in America? You know what I'm saying? We already know what our circle gonna say. But somebody else is on the line. Who on the line? I'm sorry.
Yes, this is Sister Fitness. I'm mutual about it. Because everything about everything about the laws and the system of so-called white supremacy, a lot of this was built they put out a lot of things to break us. And one of the things they put out there to break us is constantly telling us that we are nothing and we came from nothing, and that they are better than us. Well, the question that the sister asked, that's a great question. And with it, one thing they don't do, it's the same with, it's like when it comes to us being confident about who we are, having motivation, they try to break that. They try to strip us of that. And, they'll show us the great works of the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King, but they won't show us the great works of Malcolm X and the Honorable Khalid Abdul Muhammad. So they only show us things that to control us. And I say if they're teaching slavery and only slavery in school is meant to control us, is meant to belittle us. And on the other hand, we look at it and speak on it as this is what happened to our ancestors. We need to appreciate things. We need to carry the torch. We need to keep the fight going. Don't let their death be in vain. We have to continue to fight for what's right. But on the other hand, it's telling our children this is what they come from. We can teach our children at home, but they're hearing this year after year after year in school about slavery. So for me, I think it should be removed from the schools, and I feel like the Black Family Unit, we should be teaching our children so we can put it in our own words what it is that happened. it needs to be removed from the school because everybody doesn't teach their children or even know about our real story. So they're getting firsthand in these institutions that slavery is where they come from. Because when they go home, a lot of them see more slavery. They leave out their doors and they're being controlled by the systems. That's more slavery. They still see their parents struggling and working like slaves. And it's beating this younger generation down. So, as I was trying to explain yesterday, all of that is up to us, but I don't think it needs to be taught in the school system, so it needs to be removed.
Now, I'm going to say I disagree with that for this reason. Because I think that by allowing them to remove it from the school system, it removes any culpability or any responsibility that they have. And that is a major part of American history. A major part. So for them to try to remove that, there is a plan afoot. You know what I'm saying?
And I think that's what their plan is, to eventually they erase it out the books. It comes out of the school books. It comes out of the history books. And guess what? It never
existed. Why you black folks behind? You know what I'm saying? Because if they take slavery out, they got to take Jim Crow out. They take Jim Crow out, they got to take out. All this other stuff. So what I'm saying is, if it's in school, I think we should have a movement towards making sure that they get the real story of slavery. We need to take the chains up to the school because it's sort of like when we used to play football, right? You know, we would look at a team that had beat us, and we got to face them in the fucking playoffs, and we didn't go with all of the past games that we played. These motherfuckers just beat us this season. We can't go back and look at film from 3 years ago. We got to look at the film of how these motherfuckers whooped our ass right now. We lost that game. But now it's time for us to take vengeance. It's time for us to whoop some ass. It's time for us to really look at what they have changed in their game so that we can change our game plan. See, because one of the things that I think that we have, first off, we got to convince our young people to understand that we are in a generational war. Every last one of y'all been here before. You just don't remember it. You came through the same bloodline. You're going through this shit over and over again. Now we got to ask you the question. When are you going to be tired of getting your ass kicked? Let's get it together, family. We got to get it together. Because because some people look at slavery as a stain on our history. No, we are in a generational battle. This shit has been going on for thousands, if not tens of thousands of years. Right now, we caught it. But now I got to get up and I got to whoop somebody's ass. Because that's the rule of the game. Right? And it's like, boom. When we allow them to take that out, first off, their kids don't know about it. Everybody's in denial about it. No, hell no. See, because their kids think that their ancestors got it because they was working hard. No, you got it because your grandfather and my grandfather wasn't able to compete, and my grandfather will whoop your grandfather's ass, but we'll never know, will we? My great-grandparents was not allowed to compete. They weren't allowed to hold land. That's why your family got this shit. This is why they able to pay for you to go to college. This is why y'all able to talk about y'all got billionaires and trillionaires coming out right now. Because y'all been living on shit from the past. So when white people erase that shit, what they do is they balance out the platform, and now our children feel even worse because they don't even have a reason. They don't even understand the reason why they behind. It must be because my daddy ain't shit and my mama ain't shit and I come from a people that ain't shit. We need to be able to put slavery in the proper perspective for our kids so they understand the business behind it. You know what I'm saying? All these millionaires, all these billionaires, all this old money flowing through the system. We need to make sure our children understand that is your money. That money is a result of the labor of your ancestors, and we have a responsibility to go and get that shit. I'm just
what I was saying is that
I'm sorry.
They should take it out of the school system, and it should be taught by the black family. And from what I am experiencing and have seen firsthand is the little white children who know the history, which is down here in the South.
Right.
They know the history of their great. I wouldn't doubt it if they still had the photos of their slaves sitting on somewhere in their living room, in their sitting room.
They probably do.
And what this does is they grow up feeling superior automatically, and our children grow up feeling inferior.
And that's our fault there.
And it's not. It's not our fault. It would be our fault if we continue to let them teach our children our story. Then it's our fault.
No, they introduce the story. Because a lot of this is the thing. Unless our children aren't put into public schools and we have our own schools, they're all going to be teaching, for the most part, our children. The piece is this, is when they do introduce their reason and their benefit from omitting it, like how Tim says, it really makes it look like y'all really ain't shit, because y'all
don't got shit.
Hold on.
You know what they're saying? They're saying why the slaves didn't fight back. They're saying why all
but if you want, that's why we have to tell our story. Because our story shows.
That's exactly what I'm saying, ma'am. I'm not trying to holler. You're screaming.
Yeah.
This is a conversation.
We get excited on Gianni
That's why I said we tell the story. We don't need them to tell the story.
But we do.
It's not good because they're going to tell it the way they want to tell it.
But now,
that's where it's our part to come in and tell the story as it should be. But we can't let them omit the story. That's the thing in their books and
that's why it needs to be removed from public schools only.
But when do other people outside of public school, when do they actually study history? See, when you remove it,
that's what I'm saying. That's what you have. That's why what we're doing now, your platform. All of these things are out. They have no choice. They're going to see these things. They're going to see all of these Umars. They're going to see all of these teachers. They're seeing them on the internet. These children nowadays are not naive. These children are not. We're talking about the children. These
and
children are not.
I work with a lot of children, and data. If I say, do you know who? Shoot, I know a lot of them don't even know who Frederick Douglass is. They look at me.
You should be teaching the children,
and that's the point.
If they don't know,
and that's why I said we said that's not. It's our fault if we don't. That's what
we're here for. I mean, each one teach one.
You want to say it's not our fault. It's our fault if we don't.
Okay,
that's where
I'm saying. I think y'all are going and taking my reply way out of pocket. All I'm saying is not in the school, but the black family, everybody, the way that social media, books, all of the information is out there, they will not miss it. They won't miss it. Foot soldiers go around speaking, share the information. We want them to get the story from our point of view, not his point of view. That's all I'm saying.
Now,
I get what you're saying.
Another way to do that is also make sure that our scholars are being read in the schools as well. Because another aspect of public education that we're not taking advantage of is taking control of these damn boards and being able to determine what books are being used within the education system. You understand what I'm saying? I mean, because you're right. They're going to tell their story. But my biggest fear is that they will omit it from the major place where everybody goes to school and get a basic warm up on American history, and no mention of slavery is there. So they feeling if you thought they felt superior before, now they really feel superior because there's nothing explaining or giving them an idea that why
they were ahead of the game.
Because now the only thing they got to look at is, hey, history. There's no black folks been here since the beginning of America, and we cannot explain why these Negroes are behind. It's just
example.
Huh?
The majority, when you look at who's funding the police department, the majority who are funding the police department are Caucasians. Okay. I looked around I Googled, I did YouTube. I was looking for situations where Caucasian police have been brutalizing and beating Caucasian people.
Oh, that don't happen.
Really? And it is not far from the amount of African people here in America, but the difference is Caucasian police beat and brutalize handicapped Caucasian people and teenagers and people who are mentally ill. And so I said, okay, we need to, when they hashtag back the blue on every murder of black people in America, African people in America, and they hashtag it and praise the officers, and then they fund them and fund their families when one die after trying to harm someone African.
Mm-hmm.
They're funding the officers because they are prejudiced. They appreciate the good work. But if they knew that the officer was killing their own, would they fund him? So the same thing with what I'm saying. Once they start finding out that they're killing their own, they're like, hey, wait, they're killing us. We're going to stop funding them. So once their children, see, I have our children in mind, okay? And I'm sure you all do too. But I'm looking at it from a different perspective, because right now they are in leadership, and their children are seeing this history. What we teach our children at home, because our children are already damaged and suffering the effects of so-called white supremacy, and it stems from slavery. We're dealing with all of this trauma, the broken relationships, the whole nine. And all of these years that slavery has been taught in school, it has not changed anything. I have heard people say, oh, we ain't come from nothing, we gonna die from nothing. And then you could explain it all any type of way you want to explain it. But yet and still, the Caucasian child grows up and still looks down. So if the role is reversed and they don't even know, I'm sure their families would tell them. But if they don't know, then they stop feeling superior. And they stop telling themselves, hey, we always have ruled over them. Then, it'll be some difference, and we start building that confidence back up in our children. Hey, before this happened, this is what was going on in Africa. And then before this happened, we were indigenous. And so we start planting those seeds rather than as soon as they're able to go to school, we drizzle a little bit of what went on with slavery to show how we even got here, and Martin Luther King was fed on because that's who they teach about, and Frederick Douglass. They don't get down to the real warriors, Sankofa. They don't talk about people who actually want to take back what is rightfully theirs. And that's the problem for me, because right now, more and more of us are being murdered and we're dying, and there's, all of the talking and, this and that. Yeah, we got to take time and wake people up, but if they feel like there is no win because all of this burden that we keep putting on our back about what happened then, because it should be taught, but it shouldn't come at them as a burden. It shouldn't, they strung them up, they beat them and cut them, and all of that stuff did happen. They were raped, and they were abused, but they're still seeing that. Why are we going to keep? Listen, I hope somebody understands what I'm trying to say here.
I think I understand.
It's a psychological damage that's been done, and you have to reverse what they are doing to us.
Okay, can I say something, Hatem?
Go ahead.
I think that there's 2 points there. I think you say that Hatem, it shouldn't be taken out of school. I think it shouldn't be taken out, but it should be we should take more control over, like you said, of how the story is being told. Because I think some of us, if we don't get the story at all, you're going to have the effect that you're talking about if they don't get the story at all. Because we know that the school is a tool that most of us send our children to. Also, as far as I know the slavery piece in school, because of the way they tell the story currently, can cause, low self-esteem in us and maybe higher self-esteem in them. However, I think that even if that was omitted in school, I don't think that's going to somehow stop them from feeling superior because of the 9 areas of activity in place with white supremacy and racism. They're going to feel superior regardless if it's in or out. But I just think for our case that, like you said, instead of them taking it out, we need to be involved in what is being taught and telling our story within that system, because it's a big part of us that do send our children there.
A public school.
But I'm gonna hang up and listen because I got to get ready to, because I got to have this food for the children today. I'm gonna hang up and listen. Peace.
Right. Well, I'm done. I want to thank Sister Navita for bringing up the conversation. I want to thank Sister Sagmat for calling in and having the conversation, because we do got to have conversations like this. And just because we don't agree don't mean that we don't hear. Just because we don't agree don't mean that we can't learn and grow. So family, remember, because part of what we're doing is raising conflict. So we raise conflicts within ourselves, and we're going to find that a lot of us got many different points and coming at this thing from many different angles. And we got to learn how to deal with the conflict of that. Because we're going to have, I don't give a damn what you believe, as long as you're doing the work. I take that back. We need people doing the work. I am kind of concerned about what you believe. Right? But we need people doing the work out here. And that's who our children are going to start gravitating to. And then we got to realize we're not going to be able to save everybody. It's so sad. I wish I had some sad violins, because we're not going to be able to reach everybody. So I'm going to have to go and do this on, close thing I got to some sad violins. Because, no black man or black woman want to hear this shit coming towards them. We don't have to agree, family. And it's a good thing, right? Because we got enough information to argue on. I want y'all to think about just 30 years ago. They didn't have the type of information we got access to. They had the information, but they had to dig through all. We have the ability to get information almost instantaneously. I got a library in my pocket. I'm talking to you through my library. I got about 100 books on this damn phone. So we had the ability to go on and discuss and be like, I can hear you on that, I can't hear you on that, blah, blah, blah. But family, you know what really separates the wheat from the chaff? The work. Let's go ahead and do the work. Do the work. Make sure our story is getting out there in the way that we need to get out there. Let's make sure we build it. Let's make sure we getting in shape. Let's make sure that we are getting our mind together. Let's make sure we taking care of those 4 pillars of health. Let's make sure that we celebrating our ancestors on a daily basis. And with that, Brother Hatim, I'm out. Y'all have a great and marvelous Kuumba. And plus, I owe my kids 14 push-ups because I used the day yesterday, so I'm going to wait till they get up so I give them their push-ups. And family, if you're going to participate with the Giami Journey family, you know what I'm saying, the tribe, when babies look at you and be like, see, you said the day wrong, you owe 7 push-ups, don't pull that old adult card on them and shit. Give them their shit, right? Give them their stuff, because they have to understand that the culture is serious, right? My babies ask for their push-ups, they get their push-ups. Well, I didn't get them last night. I said, you have to wait till the morning. I'm gonna pay you. I owe you, kid. Can I owe you? Okay. They getting them today, right? So when your children call you out on inappropriate things that you're doing with the culture, you need to be willing to pay the consequence for them so they understand that you take what you're doing seriously. For me, misquoting the days, I owe them 7 push-ups for each one. What would those 14 push-ups do for my little girl when I dropped to her feet and started doing those push-ups? Wow. Just think about that. This ain't no game, family. This is real life. Real life here, Giambi Journey. I'm out. Y'all take it easy.